After days on the sidelines, battling injury and maintaining silence, Caitlin Clark made her highly anticipated return to the court tonight. It wasn't just any game. She faced off against the rising powerhouse of the league, the Golden State Valkyries. The atmosphere was electric. The stakes were sky high, and once again, all eyes were on Caitlin, the player who redefined shooting range in packed arenas night after night. Lacing up with something to prove, the question lingered. Would she pick up right where she left off, or would the Valkyries challenge her come back like never before? The opening quarter brought immediate fireworks, with the Valkyries striking first. Jordan Burton confidently pulled up from mid-range and knocked down the game's opening jumper. But the Indiana Fever responded quickly as Kelsey Mitchell slashed through the lane with a lightning-quick first step and finished a tough layup through contact. She calmly hit the free throw, putting Indiana on the board in style. Tiffany Hayes countered with her trademark aggression, powering through the paint for a driving layup to keep the Valkyries rolling. Indiana remained composed. Ari McDonald found an opening and sank a smooth jumper to swing momentum back to the Fever. Then came the moment everyone had been waiting for. Caitlin Clark, back from injury, took her first shot and buried it. The crowd erupted. She followed that with a perfect mid-range jumper that sent the arena into a frenzy, but the Valkyries remained unfazed. Tommy Fagbinall muscled through the defense for a strong layup, keeping Golden State in the fight. Still, Clark wasn't finished. She stepped beyond the arc, pulled up from deep, and drilled a three-pointer, reminding everyone of her elite range. Jordan Burton answered with another smooth mid-range jumper, keeping the pressure on. But Indiana's offense continued to flow. Natasha Howard sliced through the defense for a graceful finger roll layup. And though Golden State wasn't done, Monique Billings struck from deep with a clutch three-pointer to close the gap. The battle was far from over, but the final word of the quarter belonged to Sophie Cunningham, who found her rhythm and drilled a three-pointer for Indiana, sending the arena into a frenzy as the first quarter came to a close. It had been a hard-fought, back-and-forth battle, with the Indiana Fever holding a narrow 23-20 lead over the Golden State Valkyries. The second quarter opened with tension still thick in the air. Natasha Howard got Indiana started by drawing an early foul and calmly sinking the free throw, putting the Fever on the board first in the period. But the Valkyries came charging back. Letitia Amahir showed off her explosiveness, slicing through Indiana's defense with a fearless driving layup. No hesitation, just pure aggression. Indiana's response came from deep as Lexi Hull found herself open beyond the arc, set her feet, and launched a three-point jumper bang. The Fever's bench erupted as the ball ripped through the net. But Jordan Burton, already heating up in the first quarter, wasn't about to let Indiana build momentum. She answered with a three-pointer of her own for the Valkyries, keeping the scoreboard tight. Moments later, Li Wei Chen joined the shooting display after excellent ball movement around the perimeter. She found her rhythm, pulled up from deep, and nailed the triple. Golden State was catching fire from beyond the arc. Indiana tried to regroup, but Ileana Rupert-Saliwin kept the Valkyries' offense rolling, taking a smooth cut into the lane and finishing with a beautifully controlled floater. The run continued as Kayla Thornton drew a foul on a strong drive to the basket. With the crowd holding its breath, she calmly sank the free throw, giving Golden State a solid boost midway through the second quarter. The Valkyries had flipped the momentum, charging ahead while Indiana scrambled to respond. Yet, despite the push, the Fever managed to hold a narrow 41-32 lead heading into halftime. The third quarter tipped off with the game still hanging in the balance, and it didn't take long for the fireworks to resume. Maya Martin stepped up for the Valkyries and immediately set the tone, pulling up from deep and confidently bearing a toner. But Kelsey Mitchell, Indiana's spark plug all night, answered with flair, creating space on the perimeter and drilling a pull-up three right over the defense to keep the Fever's momentum alive. Splash! Mitchell was locked in. The Valkyries, however, responded quickly in the paint. Tommy Fagbinall attacked the baseline with purpose and finished a smooth reverse layup, using the rim smartly to shield the ball from defenders. Kayla Thornton then added to their momentum, drilling a three-pointer off a crisp kickout pass and momentarily quieting the Gainbridge Fieldhouse crowd. But the silence didn't last because it was Caitlin Clark time once again. Stepping up from way downtown, she launched a deep three that ripped through the net, sending the arena into a frenzy. The shot was pure, and the message was clear. Clark was here to take over. Moments later, Celeste Taylor made her presence felt, slicing into the lane and floating in a soft-touch jumper that dropped effortlessly. Then came Timson's moment of grit. A missed shot inside. She battled for position, secured the offensive rebound, and powered in a strong putback layup, showing toughness in the paint. The Fever weren't letting up. Damiris Dantas joined the charge, sprinting down the court, finding her rhythm in stride, and sinking a running jumper to keep Indiana's offense in full flow and force Golden State to adjust. And just like that, Timson was back in the spotlight, attacking off the dribble, driving hard to the rim, and finishing with a powerful running layup, stamping her presence on the court with relentless determination. Yet, the Valkyries refused to fade. Matilda Light slashed through Indiana's defense, absorbed contact, and finished a tough driving layup to keep Golden State within striking distance. Then came Jordan Burtoncool, composed and lethal from beyond the arc, pulled up and drilled a clutch three-pointer, igniting the Valkyries' bench. It was a quarter defined by sharp shooting, hustle, and relentless back-and-forth action. As the final quarter tipped off, the tension inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse was electric. Both teams knew it all came down to these final minutes. The crowd leaned in, the stakes soared, and right on cue, Caitlin Clark struck first. Coming off a screen, she accelerated into the open floor, rose with full confidence, and nailed a running pull-up jumper from mid-range, sending the arena into a roar. Clark was taking over, delivering in crunch time the way only she can. Moments later, Lexi Hull kept the Fever's momentum alive, slicing into the lane and gliding past defenders for a silky finger roll layup that kissed off the glass. A highlight play that brought Indiana's bench to its feet. But the Valkyries weren't done. Kayla Thornton, red hot from long range all game, stepped up once more and, with steady focus, lined it up from deep and drilled a three-pointer, slicing into the lead and shifting pressure back onto Indiana. The Fever, however, responded with poise and power. Celeste Taylor, a force throughout the night, went to work in the post, backing down her defender, spinning over her shoulder and dropping in a soft hook shot right over the top. It was a textbook move and a clutch basket when Indiana needed it most. But as the final buzzer echoed through the arena, it was the Golden State Valkyries who stood tall, closing out a commanding 82-61 victory over the Indiana Fever. The lights dimmed slightly, the cheers softened into silence, and all eyes turned to the scoreboard. Indiana fought hard. They showed heart. They showed hustle. And most importantly, they had Caitlin Clark back on the court, back where she belongs. Her return was a reminder that she's not just a player, she's a movement. Every shot, every pass, every moment she touched the ball reignited the Fever's flame. But tonight, it wasn't enough. The Valkyries came ready. Jordan Burton, Kayla Thornton, Tommy Fagbinal, and the entire Golden State squad played with purpose, precision, and confidence. They earned this win. But make no mistake, this loss doesn't define the Fever. What we witnessed tonight was the beginning of something bigger. A team still growing, a superstar returning from injury, and a fan base that refuses to stay quiet. This is just the start. So, if you felt the fire tonight, if you cheered when Caitlin sank that deep three, if you believe in this team like we do, then join the journey. Smash that like button, share this with every WNBA fan you know, and hit subscribe, because Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are just getting started. More games, more moments, more heart. We'll see you in the next one.